Hi everyone, Claire here. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I'm excited to dive into the first bag review of 2025. I'll give you all one guess on which designer we're going to be talking about. I've been completely obsessed with Bottega for the last 6 months, maybe year. Such good quality and consistent quality and great vintage quality. So I did a video for the bags that I bought in 2024, and I wanted to dive in and do a couple of in-depth reviews for some of those. And the first one to start with was just the one I've been wanting to talk about the most, which is my vintage Bottega Hop. Not really their Hop. I think they called it the Hobo back then, but this is a vintage bag. It is from 1997. I got it off of eBay from a consignment shop out of San Francisco. Really great customer service experience. I'll pop their information below. Really great price. So, you know, these are going, you can get them for under $2,000, and this one was actually $1,200, so it was a lot lower than what I've seen some of the other ones out there for. I think that now with the new Hop bag out, the prices are a little bit higher than that, but still a really good deal. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. All right, let's get into this review. I got this bag, I guess about 3 months ago in September, I think, early October. I've used it nonstop. It was great for fall with it being this really dark fondant color. And I was looking for a work bag, so it was really kind of looking for something that I could throw the laptop in and also run to the store with if I needed to. So that's what kind of led me down this path. I could not be happier with it, and it's made me want more Bottega. So I'm already working on my next list. So what do we have here? We have got, the dimensions are 20 inches wide at the bottom, and then this one is 14.5 inches tall. So the new Hop bags that are out are very similar, and they have a little bit of a different shape, but the same idea, same slouchiness. The large size, I went and looked because I was curious about the comparisons. The large size is, I wrote it down, 21.5 inches wide, so a little bit wider, but then only 9 inches tall. So it probably only goes up to about here. This one goes up to 14.5. So you get a little bit more height out of the vintage version of this bag, which is, you know, really nice. Alrighty, so calfskin, the really nice weave. This one does have micro suede on the inside, and you can see the Bottega there. I think you can see it. Make it a little closer. Yeah, there you go. And it's got a really nice big inside pocket, which I like because it's a big bag, right? You're gonna throw stuff in here, it's gonna disappear. So for having things like having a little slot pocket that does have a zipper on it to put your phone, and maybe even like I put my card holder in here so it's easy for me to pull out when I need it. You can see there's one little thread that's loose. That came that way with the bag because it is a vintage bag. 1997, we just started the year 2025, so this gal has some years on her, and that's actually why I love vintage Bottega so much, because it's still in such great condition. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of quick things. This one was marked as good condition, showed signs of wear. And so what they were talking about, you'll see here on the edges. Focus. You can see there's definitely a little bit of love to her, and there is one kind of more official tear right there. I really only see this on the corners, so here and then on this side. I got my arm hooked into here. Hold on. This side's actually not quite as bad with the wear, a little bit less. But I have to tell you guys, you cannot see it from afar. I can barely see it looking up close. And I'm really grateful to have gone the vintage route with this particular bag because it's a slouchy bag. It's not one of these bags that has a nice structure to it where you set it down and it's gonna sit nicely. If there's not a place to hang it, you lay it and it just kind of crumbles. Now with my laptop, it won't, but you know, whenever I go to work, I actually put this up in a cabinet because I work in an office and I want it out of sight. And I kind of just like set it up there and if I had spent the money for a new hot bag, which are gorgeous, don't get me wrong, they're gorgeous, I would be babying it to death. And I don't feel like I have to do that with this one because it's been through the test of time, so to speak, right? It's vintage, it's been around, and I'm sure whoever had it loved it well and used it, and it's still in great condition. One of the things that does happen with Bottega bags, I have one that is a lighter color, and it's an older style. I should do a review on it because I could not find even one review on this particular style whenever I was buying it off of Rebag. But it piles, right? So these threads, all these beautiful leather threads, as they start to wear, they'll start to kind of, you'll see some piling on the edges. And despite the fact that the corners on this one had a little bit of bumps and bruises, there's almost no piling. And I'm really curious as to whether the vintage bags don't pile as much as some of the newer ones. I'm not sure. I don't have, this is just kind of a concept that I'm saying out loud, or an idea that I'm saying out loud, because I haven't heard that. And I have heard that the weaving is a little bit tighter on some of the vintage bags. So some of the side-by-side comparisons of new one versus vintage do show that the weaving on the vintage doesn't have as much of a gap as some of the newer ones do, which is kind of interesting. Again, I haven't seen it. If you have and you've got some information, please share with us. We'd love to hear it. All right, so I use this a ton. I can fit my laptop in it. Let me show you guys really quickly, even though this isn't really a what fits. I've got a 15-inch laptop, Dell, and I can very, very easily slip it into here, set it down, and it fits no problem. There is still a ridiculous amount of room in here for all of the other things. And there's so much room that even whenever it's full and I need to slip this in, it's really easy for me to do. You can see that it easily fits within the dimensions. So it makes it very, very accessible and easy to use. Excuse me, guys. So I've got a couple charms on it because that's the vibe right now, right? I bought this carabiner hook to kind of make it easy to not have to pull things on and off, but I've got my Leo charm on there and this really, really cute Bulgaria one, which has a little mirror on it. I didn't even realize it had this whenever I ordered it. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. And then it also, let's see, it also has a, okay, this got tangled. Here we go. Little zipper. I don't ever carry coins, but if I wanted to carry coins, I could. I do think I could get a chapstick in there though, which probably is what I need to put in there for easy access. And then I just had this easy vintage scarf that I threw on there because the colors looked great with it and looked great with the red. And I was going on a trip and I wanted to make it look fancy. So this is her. I love that it has a zipper. The newer hot bags do not come with a zipper, which is fine. But I do find that because you tend to just kind of like set it down like this and it kind of just crumples up. It's nice that it zips closed because I do have a couple of smaller little pochettes that I'll put in there, little baggies. And that way I know nothing's gonna fall out. I was, excuse me, I'm recovering from a little cough. I was traveling for the holidays, and I was in the airport with this, and I had my kids with me, and you know, my husband and I were running around. It gets a little bit hectic, and it was nice to be able to just like, oh, the zipper does very much work, except for right now it's not. Interesting. Okay, got it. It was just stuck there at the top. But it is very easy to close, and it closes very well, despite that little catch just now. Maybe I had it too far opened. It is really, really smooth and simple. And all of the hardware is in great shape. A lot of the vintage purses have a leather little grasp on the zipper compared to the newer ones, which have put kind of formal hardware. I think this is kind of nice. It's soft, it's easy. It's not gonna get dinged up a bunch. So yeah, this is fine. Let's see, here we go. Super smooth. If it didn't have a zipper, it wouldn't have been a deal breaker. It wasn't something I was even thinking about whenever I bought it, but it was, ended up being a great perk. So something else to note about the vintage bags, Bottega bags, and this may not be a true statement for all of the new ones, but the older ones are lined in this micro suede. The newer hot bag is lined in calfskin. So you do have to worry about spilling or stuff coming out in there. I had my first nice bag oopsie spill inside of this over the holiday travel. I had a box of the little mini peppermint patties that Santa had brought for my kids, and we put them in here for the trip. And it was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. Not smart. But it was closed, and then we opened it and had a few, and then I stuck it back in. And when I did that, of course, one of them eventually fell out over the course of the next couple days. And I saw it on the way home in the plane, and I was not fighting back tears, but I was like, oh no, my Bottega. It came off so easily. So you can see, I don't even think you're gonna be able to see it. I can see it a little bit because I know where it is, and I can feel it a little bit because those peppermint patties are, you know, that minty, I don't know, just mush on the inside of the chocolate. Maybe that's the best thing that would melt inside of a bag or come off in a bag, because there is no chocolate stain anywhere on here. I took a towel, wet it with water, and just like slowly and gently dabbed it, and it just kind of melted off. The sticky candy middle part that's white melted off, and all of the chocolate that was, of course, on there came right with it. Nothing stuck behind at all, which is a miracle. So, you know, I hear a lot of different thoughts on whether you like micro suede, people like micro suede or not inside of their purses. I really like it because I think it looks really nice and adds just an elevated look to the bag in general. And now I know that there is a little bit of a perk of, well, and if you get something in there, maybe it's easier to clean. I don't plan on testing this anymore than I already have, of course. But, you know, good to know. Fun fact, it's actually more resilient than I thought it was going to be. All right, I'm going to just put it on real quick for you guys. Pardon my screechy chair sound, but there's a really nice drop to this. This is the 10-inch drop. The new large hot bag has a 10.5, so you have like another 1/2 inch, but really you don't even need it. I don't love shoulder bags typically, but this one is really, really nice and easy to carry. It's not really the type of thing that I would carry like this. But simple. All right, guys, that's my quick review. I think I covered everything that I wanted to chat about. I'm gonna get better and better at these. It's kind of a newer channel for me, so I appreciate all you guys' time. If you have any questions, pop them below. Oh, I'm going to make a quick plug too. I just picked up these earrings from a company, woman-owned, female-owned, Nina Baranato Jewelry. She's local to Austin, which is where I am. And I stumbled into her store, excuse me, which is over at the Domain. And she's got such cool pieces. I'm sure she's got a website. I haven't even gone to look at it yet, so I'll find it and put it in the links below. But really, really fun stuff. A lot of mixed metal. You can see that this is like silver metal. Anyways, I'll definitely be checking out more pieces from her because I like what she stands for. She also in December, and I think she does this pretty consistently, she'll donate a portion of her proceeds to a nonprofit that's focused on women. So for December, it was Dress for Success, which is a great company for women by women that really tries to lift up women who are kind of going through career changes or trying to enter into a career that might be a more formal in-person type of thing, which is where I live professionally outside of this YouTube space. And they do great work. So I loved the fact that this company was also trying to give back to women-based nonprofits because they are so needed, especially in this day and age. Oh, quick price comparison. So most of these, I told you guys what I paid for this. I did go look to see what they're going for right now because this was a couple months ago. I found a couple that were under $1,000 that were on eBay that were in pretty good condition. And then there were some that were on some of the more popular pre-loved sites like Rebag or The Real, which were, you know, up to like $1,500, $1,600, $1,700. So, but the price of the large Bottega hot bag, new, is $4,900. So if you don't feel like dropping $5,000, this might be another good option for you, which, you know, in my opinion is almost better just because of the type of bag it is. Again, I don't have to baby it because it's already been broken in a little bit. And because of the type of bag it is, it's almost hard to baby because it's a big bag. You're carrying a lot of stuff in it. You're not always going to be able to hang it. You got to set it down, right? And whenever you set it down, it crumbles. So anyways. All right, I'm trying to keep this as short as I can. Thank you guys. Happy New Year. Don't forget to hit subscribe before you go, and I'll see you soon.